I think the topic which I give you today, that
Yes,
is
sir.
war not good for humanity.
Yes, sir.
The topic war not good for humanity. So I give you a couple of seconds and then I say start. One of you can start after that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, please start now.
Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Tess. To begin with, first, past few days, we constantly watching horrors of our TV screens. May have started by one country, experienced by the entire world. Now, where many citizens are being killed, where citizens are dying, infrastructure is being, and the economy with the gas in all the world. Out of all this is not to be positive, irrespective of which sense of this I will start today's discussion.
Voice is breaking on my side.
Actually, it is breaking on
Is
my
it?
side too.
My side too.
I was
Go
unable to
ahead,
hear
keep
properly.
participating.
Facing the same problem.
Keep
Uh,
participating.
Okay, let me take this chance. Basically, the war is not for good for humanity because the person who or a particular country is participating in war, they definitely achieve something, but at the end of the story, they create lot of war. They create lot of enemies. Okay, it's going to be lot of creating problem by financially, and the people which are middle class, they going to be face some problems like daily lives expensive of the products, and they definitely the price going to be increased by some particular products, some basic problems which needs particular some needs of daily to daily life, and
Vivek,
that's it.
I completely
Yes.
agree with your point, but I think we are missing something out here. I think what we should first we should know what is war. We should try to understand what is humanity, and then we should figure out that it is supporting humanity or it is against the war. In my opinion, if humanity is the basic human behavior, and as per my understanding, the basic human behavior includes if we do not harm someone, if we respect others, and if we are sensitive to others feelings, then we can be termed as human, or our behavior can be termed as human behavior. If someone does not possess all these three kind of properties, or then its behavior or his behavior would be termed as inhuman behavior. And if we think about the war point of view, we in during the war we lose all these kind of behavior. We during the war we harm our enemy, we do not certainly we do not respect our enemy also. And during the war we also we cannot be the sensitive to the pain of our enemy. So by thinking all these three basic differences, I think war is certainly completely opposite to the humanitarian behavior. That's why I think the war is completely against the humanity, and war is not good for the humanity. Yes.
Yes, actually, I completely agree with you, Abhay. And as we can see nowadays, also there is a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. But there is one more aspect to it. Since although only those two countries are participating in war, but the effect of that war we can see all over the world. The global economy is getting hampered due to that, and we can soon we are also able to see the inflation in India also for the oil price. The global oil price is also shooting up like anything, and we can also think it in this way also, because if we see Russia, So it is a leading oil exporter. And if we see Ukraine, it is also a leading exporter in wheat.
Ritik,
So
I would like to add one more point. I think you are just focusing on the inflation part, or you are just focusing on the negative aspect of the war. If you think about, there's also one positive aspect on others' economy who are selling the weapons. So those countries' economies are growing. Those countries'
yes, yes.
humanity is also
I
growing. We should also keep that in
no,
mind.
I completely agree to that. But you told selling weapon can't be a humanity thing. No,
No, no, they
if you
can,
are selling weapon, then in a way
they
you are
can.
promoting the war. So
Yes, yes.
yes, for profit making you can do that. But if you will see that from humanity point of view, then it is definitely not recommended. And at the end of the day, only the common peoples of only the common citizens of all over the world, only they are going to suffer. At the end, we are going to see the inflation in oil price in India also, and it will also hamper the exports which we are exporting to other countries. So in my opinion, war is definitely not recommended, because due to some politicians, war happens. They try to invade some country, or due to their own opinion, they think that we should wage war on some country. But if we see war from a common people point of view, then it is definitely not going to benefit any of us.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes,
at the end of the day,
Ritik,
yes.
if
Ritik, I
any
would like
country,
I
to
agree with both.
add one more, or I would like to extend your point. You just said that the politicians, because of their differences, start a war. So this is a general understanding or general perception for the human that if there is a war, there is a good side and there is a bad side. But as you mentioned,
I
that
think
war
there
is
is
because
not
of
any
the
good
difference of
side.
opinion. War is basically difference of
Yes,
opinion.
and
Yes.
only the politicians are involved. As we can see that the Russian peoples are also protesting their against their own government.
Yes.
And suppose USA and Europe are imposing some sanctions. So at the end of the day, their own companies are also going to suffer some loss, going to bear
Yes.
some loss. So at the
Yes.
end of the day, only the common peoples are only going to bear these losses.
Yes.
So we'll also can see some inflation in our salary also at some point of time. So in
I
my
would
point of
like to add a
view,
point that there is no
yes,
country which is going to win a war. Every country will eventually lose in in some point. Some will lose economically, some will lose land wise.
yes, I
Um,
definitely agree.
so
Yes,
So
yes.
Tilak,
And
as
basically
in
what do
the
you think?
point
as
What
is,
should
said,
be the solution? If you are putting this point, what do you think? What should be the solution?
The only solution is to stop a war in a
Stop the war.
diplomatic way.
Yes.
We
yes.
should approach this problem in a diplomatic way. So Putin, he
And
also didn't approach the Ukrainian president diplomatically. So
Yes,
actually,
yes,
we promote
we have many evidences in history
anti-violence,
also.
anti-violence. We promote
Yes,
anti-violence.
yes,
we
definitely,
yes.
have
And
to
as we can
definitely.
strengthen
see
our
right
UN.
now, yes, and as we can see right now, there is a ceasefire going on in their war, and also
Yes,
they are holding
finally
peace
they
talks,
stop.
but they are not going anywhere. Right now they have like did 2 rounds of talks, but these talks are not leading everywhere. But at least the good point here is at least the talking process is ongoing, and
Ongoing.
this might lead to
Okay.
something good with stopping of war. And another thing is any war disturbs the stability of any country, any people living over there. So
Yes,
basically
definitely.
whatever stable life they were having, that is uprooted completely. They might flee right now to other countries to take refuge somewhere, but when they are going to come back to their own homeland, what they are going to see is that their homes are destroyed, their schools are destroyed, their public places are destroyed, and they have a lot to rebuild. And to finance this rebuild is also very financially costly thing to
Yes, yes,
even
yes, yes.
finance this rebuild.
Okay.
So
Shreyash,
So
I would
if I
like to
summarize your
mention.
point,
No, no, no.
then you
Before summarizing, Tilak, I want to make one more add. I would like to add one more scope of this topic. That is, war. We are discussing mainly about the destructive kind of a war or armed war, but we are not
yes, yes.
focusing the other kind of a war. For example, there is a Cold War, there is a cyber war. So, how these kind of a war can affect humanity? I think we should also have some few points about this.
Yes, if we talk about Cold War, then obviously it is not causing any physical destruction, But obviously it is going to as we can as we are all aware that at the end of Cold War also that the USSR got disintegrated. So
I
in
think we're
some way or
going off
another
topic.
there are obviously some
Yes,
disadvantages.
I think we're going off
yeah.
topic. The topic is how the war affect the humanity. I think we
Yes,
should follow.
we
I
should
think we should
focus on
follow.
that
Yes,
things.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Yes.
I think we should
Vivek,
follow.
I am just adding one more branch so that the topic is na war is against war is not
Humanity.
good
How
for the
war
Good for
humanity.
humanity.
So
yes,
there's not clear thing that which kind of a war. So my question is this: that cyber war is against the humanity or it does not even affect the humanity?
so
My
it is
basic question is
Any
this.
war
see
okay.
cyber
is
Any
war we
somewhere
cannot say
affecting the
directly,
public.
that it is against humanity, but yet I agree to Vivek that it in some way or another it is affecting the public
Yes. Even
because
Directly or
just to give
indirectly.
you
as
an
you,
example,
no
Abhay,
I want
so
to
here in last year actually when we had this Galwan clashes and everything, China played a cyber
A
warfare
virus.
on
no
India.
there is
So
a
here
more recent
Mumbai had
example
complete
also.
blackout,
Hmm.
and in that case, I think the hospitals were the electricity for the hospitals were down. Many
Yes,
crucial
yes,
infrastructure
yes.
was down. Maybe this electrical blackout might have resulted in the in train collisions, in
Yes,
traffic
yes,
Yes,
signals
yes,
being
definitely.
closed,
yes.
and this is again against humanity, and this is
Against
not
the
good.
humanity. Yes,
Even
Shreyashi,
Same
you
cyber
have
thing,
warfare
given a
is
very
not
good
good.
example about the
same
Humanity
war.
thing is
affects.
happening in
So,
Russia also.
Hello,
uh,
yes,
uh,
yes,
a group called
hello.
Anonymous has waged a cyber war against Russia, and many
yes,
of the
yes,
government site of Russia are also down.
yes,
So in
yes.
some way or another,
See,
it is only affecting the public. So yes,
Uh,
I
yeah, but
completely agree to you, Abhay. We should
first
also
of all,
think
we need
about
to
a broader
see.
perspective. But yeah,
yes,
we can say
yes,
that.
Hirtik, I think we should give a chance to Shishir also.
Yes,
Yes,
see.
yes,
Thank you for giving me chance. First of all, what happens is when a war happens, actually, first thing, the first loss, that is the main loss, is the lives of the people and the lives of animals or whatever they might be. It causes imbalance, and also when the war happens, there is economically the it becomes unstable. When people of the place or when people become weak in economically weaker, the humanity of the people goes down, because they try to not help other people.
Yes, I
Instead
think
they
yes,
want to build
I
definitely,
their
think
definitely.
Shishir
own.
is also making the same point about
Yes.
the economy and the killing of the people. But
Ah,
what question I raised and what you people are agreeing on this, that cyber war is also affecting the humanity. Is also against the war.
yes,
So if
definitely.
we, I think
It's
I'm
breaking
finding a
by mental.
common. Sorry.
Yes, yes. It's breaking by mentally by the
It's yes, yes. It's
cheating
making
of
indirectly. It is
financial
affecting the
indirect.
humanity.
Yes.
This is also one of the reason that if you are feeling insecure, then also you try to do something aggressive to in order to save you. So it is also
Yes.
a reason for
Similar
that.
thing
I
with
mean,
China also. They
yes, nowadays
also
we can
So
see
how
that
design
can you
China
say
is
the
cyber
also
similar thing
thing
with the
and all.
China?
no,
Yeah.
China is also having some
Pardon
threats
me.
because of Taiwan. Taiwan is growing phenomenally in the chip market in the semiconductor market. So in some way or other, if you are feeling a threat, then obviously you will show some aggressive behavior. It is natural. So, but yeah, obviously it is against humanity. You have to settle this down diplomatically
Yes,
so
Ritik,
that
I completely agree with your point that if you are feeling insecure, then you would definitely opt an aggressive behavior, and that aggressive behavior will definitely affect the humanitarian nature of yours.
Yes.
yes, not ours. It will affect the humanitarian nature of all the people. If we are living in any corner of the world, we will definitely be getting affected. So this is the thing. So at the end, I would like to say that war is definitely against the humanity, and as much as
Yes.
possible we should
No.
try to avoid the war.
Okay, I think
warlike
now time
situation.
to
Any type
conclude.
of war,
So,
any type of war, we
please
should end the war.
conclude,
Whether
let
it
me
is
take
cold
the-
war or
So
cyber.
let us
let me take
conclude
let me
that.
conclude this topic.
Okay,
The whole topics was basic idea was that after creating any war, any place of war, it's affected by financially, physically, and mentally, and
Yeah.
it's always against the humanity.
It is completely
Yes,
against the
definitely.
humanitarian nature of what
Yes.
is the human
Yes.
behavior.
Yes,
Yes,
and it's
completely.
some way indirectly affect the environment also by creating
Yeah,
some
yeah.
global warming as well.
Yes.
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 So from this discussion,
Actually,
we
I
There
can
is
say
there are small positive points also. Like with wars, technology improves. New technology comes, and new innovations will
Yes,
begin.
I
Yes,
agree that
yes,
technology improves,
yes, yes.
but at the end of the day, it is also going to affect negatively. Because so let us take an example. In World War II, nuclear weapons
It
came
is
into
totally
picture.
up to us
So
now how
definitely
we
they
are
are
using the
affecting in a
technology. If
negative way.
Technology
Yeah.
I think it is
against
excuse me,
humanity or
please allow me
with
to
no,
the
no,
speak.
it
help
is
of the
totally up to
So
humanity.
us.
no,
For example, that after the Second World War, we
nuclear
discovered
weapons
the
came into
we,
picture.
okay, so
yes,
I
So
think
we
that was
discovered the
definitely
nuclear
this is
against
power.
the
not a
humanity.
discussion. Conclusion
That's
was
against
to be done.
humanity. Yes.
Anyhow, Abe, can you conclude once again? Abe, please
Yes,
conclude once again.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for providing me the opportunity. As we discussed, we put so many good points about the topic. As Hrithik mentioned about the Russia and the Ukrainian war, he also mentioned about the inflation and the global economy. And the Shishir mentioned about the killing and the economy of the world. Tilak mentioned about the inequality. Shesh mentioned about the disturbance, and Tilak also mentioned a very good point, that no one wins at the end of the war. So by this I can say that we all land on the same ground, and we also believe that war is not good for the humanity. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so now let me give you the this entire analysis of this. Whenever conclusion is done, you need to conclude on behalf of entire group, not on from your side, but entire group. You need to conclude from that side, like who said what, something like that. So, friends, it was a really good discussion, and all of us came to the conclusion that yes, the war is not good for humanity, and it always is against humanity, because at the end, whether people on this side of the border or that side of the border, they are going to suffer. So that way you are to. Then some of us were of this opinion. Some of us gave different aspects to the war. So बाकियों ने क्या बोला, what others said, little bit that part you have to actually include. It should look like you are concluding on behalf of the group. It should not look like that you are giving your own point. Number two, when somebody has concluded, do not add or subtract anything, because that is not good, because conclusion only one fellow does. Introduction
When
also.
someone is sorry sir, when someone is concluding, may I add any
Actually,
point
it should
which
not be.
someone is missing?
No, it should not be, because nobody can give perfect conclusion. So when you start entering, the observer does not like it. That is not a good etiquette actually to disrupt somebody from conclusion. That is not good. So because one person is concluding, let him conclude. You should try to snatch introduction and conclusion and speak it with the pace and the speed. So you should not interrupt somebody when he is concluding. That you should not do. And that is one thing you should think of. And I told you how to conclude, how to introduce, how to start a GD, how to conclude GD, and how to enter in GD. These three videos please watch on YourPedia. They are actually very good guidelines, like how to start GD, how to conclude GD, and how to enter in GD. Please watch those videos, they will be helpful to you. And then if I give you the marks, though first GDP marks should not be given, or out of 10 I will give you an 8 is the target you should go. So I'll give Abhay and Hrithik, I'll give 7 out of 10. So that means they have participated good, they have spoken. Participated good means actually they have participated and spoken. Then comes Shreyas and Vivek with the 6. And for others I'll not give marks because their performance is not that good. I mean, they have not spoken much. like Tilak, Monish, Atib, and Sumit, and Shishir. So you need to speak, you need to participate. Come out of the inertia and start talking, start speaking. That is very important. So in a group discussion, first thing you have to block, you have to break is of speaking. You need to speak. In 5 to 6 GD, when you do with me 5 to 6 GD, if you are learning enough, जब तुम बोलते हो ना, I'm fast learner, what is the meaning of that? You need to learn from yourself, you need to learn from others. You need to learn from your mistakes, you need to learn from others' mistakes. That is a fast learner. So if you're a fast learner, 5 GDs mein you should be good. Like whatever feedbacks I'm giving, you will take it down and you will note it, and next time you will improve upon it. That is a fast learner. But I've seen some slow learners also. They take 7-8 GDs. And no learner also. They don't learn. I mean, पता नहीं क्या रीजन है. Either their motivation level is not that high कि मेरे को एग्जाम निकालना है, क्या है उनका मोटिवेशन नहीं है. वो सेम गलती बार बार करता है. बच्चा सेम ही गलती बार बार करता है. वो नो लर्नर है. तो अगर आप नो लर्नर हो तो प्रैक्टिस आपका कुछ नहीं कर सकती. प्रैक्टिस आपको हेल्प नहीं करेगी. प्रैक्टिस मेक्स अ मैन परफेक्ट है उसी के लिए जो लर्न करता है. सो लर्निंग, अब आप देखो आपको कैसे लर्निंग करनी है. लर्निंग के पीछे मोटिवेशन होना चाहिए. कोई ना कोई मोटिवेशन होता है पीछे. अगर जैसे मैं आज बोल दूं चलो जीडी करते हैं, तो हर कोई जीडी के लिए नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि तुम लोगों को मोटिवेशन है, शायद अभी कोई जीडी आ रहा है तुम्हारा, इसलिए तुम लोग यहाँ बैठे हो. तो अगर वो मोटिवेशन है तुम्हारे पीछे, तो उस मोटिवेशन को एनर्जी की तरह से यूज करो और लर्निंग एनहांस करो अपनी. मैं ओनली यहाँ पे प्लेटफॉर्म पे प्रैक्टिस करवा सकता हूँ. लर्निंग तुम्हारे हाथ में है, मोटिवेशन तुम्हारा अपना है, लर्निंग तुम खुद करोगे. अब कौन सी कैटेगरी के लर्नर हो वो तुम डिसाइड करो और उसको लर्न करना स्टार्ट करो. 5 जीडी में हमारा अच्छा हो जाना चाहिए. बहुत ज्यादा मटेरियल पड़ा हुआ है यूरोपीडिया के ऊपर जीडी के लिए. अगर तुम उसको देखना स्टार्ट करोगे तो सब बहुत तुम्हारा उसमें इंफॉर्मेशन आएगा. बाकी प्रैक्टिस करो.